merry meet and fare thee well. Settle in for a story with me, Astin Gaël. Thank you so much for being here today. This is your every other day collective message for June the 16th. We are halfway through the month of June, and I have not done a single free reading yet. This is terrible, absolutely terrible, because if you identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and or are an Indigenous person, you qualify for a free reading. A 5-card PDF spread can absolutely be yours for the cost of nothing. No effort exerted, no tips exchanged. If you want a 30-minute video reading, all I ask is that you send me a review and give me permission to use it on my sites. That's it. That's all I ask. And not a single person has taken me up on that offer. So, make it be you today. Drop it in the comments, I'm gay, and I want my free reading. Send me a DM or an email and say, I give you consent to post my review. I want my free 30-minute video. Cool. Done. On that note, happy Pride. Everything else you need to know is in the description box down below. Be sure you are following the community tab, because if you are a member of the LGBTQI community, and very specifically are a trans man, I have big things in store for you, so you don't want to miss the news. If you are enjoying these readings, please be sure to give the video that you like the most a thumbs up. Give the channel a subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any readings, and say hello in the comments below. We are working our way through what there is to love about a man. Every day we read the short excerpt and we try to create a short story around the theme of the excerpt. Today's theme is voice. Listen to the voice of a man. Hear it cry out for freedom and call out in triumph. Hear it keen and bellow and moan and wail. His is the voice that exploded in battle. His is the howl that ignited the flame. Beneath all the babble, he spoke sotto voce. His basso profondo enveloped the hall. You can hear the entire world in the voice of a man. The bit of brog, the touch of twang, the pathos of the plain, elocution of the noble. The changing voice of a boy becomes the unwavering voice of a man. A full-throated man voices his fears and his deepest yearnings. He voices his anger as he voices his joy. If called upon and ready, he voices the conscience of the people. The strongest men's voices still strain to be heard, while somehow the lesser are heard over all. Listen to the sound of a man's voice in all of its glory. It just might be an angel with the voice of a man. I want to highlight this specific line, and I think this is where our story is going to start. The strongest men's voices still strain to be heard, while somehow the lesser are heard over all. The loudest voice in the room is usually the one least worth listening to. All right, it's time. We are using the new deck. This is the Viking Valor Tarot deck that I got for my birthday. And this is the first time I am splitting it and shuffling it. It will not be new ever again. Ah, it still smells new. Okay. Oh, here it is. We're splitting the deck on the Page of Cups. 555 on the timer. All right, it's done. It can never be unshuffled. I feel some type of way about it, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. A voice from a Page of Cups that is trying to bring about change. Tell us more about this Page of Cups. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the King of Swords in the reverse, the Six of Wands in the reverse, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and then also the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So 6, 7, 8. And the Nine of Swords in the reverse. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and a King. Okay. So this Page of Cups was at one point in time in a loving connection with a King of Swords who's coming out in the reverse. So a younger Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio was partnered with somebody who I presume is older than them or is more advanced in life than them. They are a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. There was a dishonest energy in this connection. This Page of Cups might be speaking out on this dishonest energy. In speaking out, they are affecting this King of Swords pride their ego is getting hurt by hearing the truth. They may have thought that this Page of Cups was going to be back. I'm hearing, I'll be back, but it's more like you'll be back. And now they might be giving up waiting on them coming back because they realize there's really nothing for them to come back to. In this honest retelling of the connection, they're starting to understand that the connection wasn't all that beneficial for the Page of Cups. There was no happiness for them. Okay. This Page of Cups may also be sharing, using their voice, speaking out on some of their mental health issues, and they may be seeking help or speaking about the people that have helped them. I want to say that this King of Swords is trying to paint a narrative that this Page of Cups is experiencing some form of psychosis or a disruption in their stability. Essentially to lessen any sort of narrative that they put out. Okay. The King of Wands is showing up at the bottom of the deck here with the Fortune beneath. There's something coming through about fate. These are the fates. This Page of Cups is fated to be a King of Wands. And I think this King of Swords knew that, saw that, had an understanding, and did everything in their power to keep this person from becoming that. Most likely by gaslighting, yes, but also just downplaying this person, downplaying any sort of growth or achievements that they attempted to obtain. Okay. What would this King of Swords in the reverse use their voice for? Yeah, okay. They would use their voice for the exact same thing they've been using their voice for, the King of Wands, essentially tearing down this King of Wands. Yeah, that's classy. Um, Tell me more about this Ace of Swords in the reverse. What were the dishonest aspects of this connection? Five of Wands upright. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Um, Nine of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Wands upright. Knight of Wands upright. And the King of Pentacles. I was going to say that there was something about money. So some of the dishonest aspects of this connection had to do with this King of Swords in the reverse compensating a King of Wands as if they were a Knight of Wands. What I mean by that is essentially hiring somebody to do the job of a manager and paying them like a key holder, a supervisor. Or hiring somebody as a key holder or supervisor and continuously tasking them with things that are above and beyond their pay grade. There was a lot of silencing as well, which I think is why this Page of Cups is now speaking out. They're now no longer silent. Overworked and underpaid. So this was a business connection between a King of Swords in the reverse and a Page of Cups in the upright. There may have also been a King of Pentacles involved, and they may be the one that is the most responsible for the silencing. I want to say they did this kind of by just being a very threatening presence. Those people when they walk into the room and the room falls silent, but it's not because they like command attention. It's more just like this person is going to disagree with everything that's coming out of our mouths, so let's all just stop talking until they leave. It was like that. There was a lot of competition as well, possibly between this Page of Cups and this King of Pentacles, or between the Page of Cups and the King of Swords. And maybe between everybody. Everybody was competing with everybody, but that competition led to a lot of just anguish and worry. It wasn't community-based living. And people were not getting treated fairly. Obviously, this Page of Cups was not being treated fairly by being undercompensated, but overworked. Okay. Tell me about the mental health issues. Magician upright. The Knight of Coins in the reverse. The Nine of Wands in the reverse. So mental health issues are stemming from lack, probably just a lack of being compensated properly. There's also absolutely no boundaries when it comes to this Page of Cups. Specifically, and their magic, or their very essence. There was no adherence to respect when it comes to this person's their star quality. It's for some reason I'm seeing images of like Shirley Temple, and I don't know a whole lot about her life, like her actual life. I grew up watching a lot of the Shirley Temple movies, and I thought that I knew who she was, but I just knew her characters. I knew the movies that I enjoyed the most. But I think her actual life was pretty, like there was a lot of grief around her being an overly exposed child actor. But it's kind of making me think of being an overworked child, and having everybody treat you like a child, but at the same time, you're tasked with all of these incredibly adult responsibilities. I mean, can you imagine how hard it would have been to be that young and like memorize all those lines and act this part that is you but is also not you? And yeah, and I think that's another thing. This Page of Cups felt like they were acting a part for this King of Swords and possibly this King of Pentacles as well. And it's just like I'm a whole person, you know. I'm not this role that you are making me out to be. Ace of Swords in the reverse again. I'm also not a dishonest person. And there was a lot of accusations thrown this person's way for being dishonest because they couldn't contribute in the ways that these people see as contribution, mostly financially. And it's interesting because it's like, well, then why would you not compensate them fairly? Um, mm. The Sun upright, the Emperor in the reverse, Justice upright, the Seven of Pentacles upright, and just a bunch of gray. This King of Pentacles is also coming out as an Emperor in the reverse. While they have mastered stability in only a certain aspect, they are stable when it comes to finances, but they are not actually a very mentally stable person. And part of the justice coming towards this Page of Cups for being willing to expose the antics of this couple, I want to say, this King of Swords in the reverse and this King of Pentacles upright, could have been a couple. Part of the justice of the exposure of this is, well, financial growth, but also a wiping of the slate. It's almost like as as this Page of Cups speaks out, they are slowly able to forget that this ever actually existed. It's kind of like if you concoct bad things from your life story into a story. That's what it is to you. Your brain rewires the entire scenario into fiction. And then you can just go on with your merry little life and start over. And that's what's happening for this Page of Cups. They are 555 starting over, making a change. And I don't think that this King of Swords in the reverse and the King of Pentacles have made any changes or will. Yeah, use your voice wisely. That's what I have for you today. Until next time, be well, be you.